there's a lot of people out there that are in shock and awe that Hillary Clinton lost. They voted. They did what they're supposed to do. Hillary Clinton was supposed to win. They voted how they were supposed to vote. The problem is you've got people like the Bernie Bros, independent voters and whatnot, who listen to not just paid media, Fox News, CNN, MSNBC. They listen to Young Turks. They listen to secular talk. They listen to people out there like me who have a large following, opposed to me who has, just a few. But maybe one day it'll get better. They listen to them. And they're wondering what's really going on because TYT, the Young Turks, Secular Talk, Tom Hartman, the Ring of Fire, as much as I've been against them when it comes to who they're going to back, they do cover everything about what's going on. They really do. They will tell you about Hillary's emails about her telling the people one thing, but the corporation, she'll tell them the truth and how she's actually going to do things. They pay attention and report on those things where all of these mega donors and companies are supporting Hillary with multiple millions of hundreds of millions of dollars. That's what they do. And so these people, these 3 million people for TYT, these 1 million plus for Secular Talk, these 2 to 3 million people for the Ring of Fire, and I'm sure a lot of them are probably the same viewers and whatnot, but still, these people have friends. And when you got 3 million people, each with 3 to 10 to 15 or 20 friends, and each one of them, the word will spread. It's going to spread. Hillary did not care about that. Hillary was caught rigging the election, and a lot of you will say she didn't. A lot of you will say that she just did what she had to do to win, and I get that, just as you did what you had to do to vote for her. And that's your prerogative. That's what you did. That's what you wanted to do. But that, in the long run, and I thought this back in October, it wasn't the right thing to do. You need to get behind somebody that wants to support you, not you support them. The people that voted for Hillary, they just wanted to win. Just like those people that voted for Trump. They wanted to win. They didn't want to think about the issues. And if they thought about the issues, they would have thought about Black Lives Matter. This is something that helped Hillary lose. Hillary lost because, one reason she lost is because she did not support Black Lives Matter. She just didn't. It's easy to go to someone and look at them and their organization and say, okay, what can we do to help? What can we do to move forward? And as soon as anything is talked about and it's all said and done, after that, Hillary doesn't have to do anything. She went out, she talked. It's on camera that she talked to Black Lives Matter leaders or supporters, and she thinks that's enough. She goes to a black radio station and advocates that she carries hot sauce with her. Holy hell. Okay, you're not going to win doing that. That kind of pandering, to me, was just blatant racism as it was. Imagine if I was running for president and I went into a white radio station and said, yes, I work heavily on my 401k and I make sure my hedges are cut properly so that I compete well with my neighbors, or something like that. It's something that would be offensive, but would sound like I am on board. That would piss people off. It would. They wouldn't want to vote for me. And if they did, they'd be morons. They really would. When Hillary Clinton had a gathering and it was $500 for an entry, a black girl got in there. She had a sign basically calling Hillary Clinton out on the whole super predator thing and remarks that she made, I think, in 96 or something like that. And Hillary was like, this is the first I've ever heard of it. And if you want to talk, we can talk later. And the girl kept trying to push the issue, but at points she kept cutting Hillary off. And Hillary was like, do you want to talk about it or do you just want to talk? The girl just really wouldn't shut up. Maybe she was nervous, scared, didn't know what to do. But at that point, she was ushered out. Okay, I get that. If no one's going to listen to you during the conversation, you just got to stop the conversation. However, Hillary then turns and say, okay, now we can talk about the issues. And I'm thinking, whoa, you just heard this and saw the sign, read it on camera, that this girl is here and she wants to know about your super predator comment, your dislike of black people, and that's not even an issue. People that are smart, people that are listening, people that care about themselves, they heard that. I don't care if they're white, black, Latino, Puerto Rican, I don't care what they are. They heard that and they was like, oh no, that is not going to be my leader. That ain't happening. I know I felt that way. You don't like black people? You don't like me? I'm not voting for you. It's that simple. I'm not voting for somebody that hates me. That's not going to happen. I'm not going to vote for somebody that's in league with the corporations. When you're in league with the corporations, you know what happens? You have to deregulate everything. Why? Because they want to save millions of dollars while they're lowering the wages of every one of their employees. And then giving these huge bonuses to executives and whatnot under the guise of we pay our employees well. That's what these companies do. They have to pay off their hedge funds, their shareholders. They got to do all of these things. Hillary Clinton is on board for that. People who voted for Bernie are not going to vote for anybody in leagues with the corporations. If a corporation donated to Hillary and was like, hey, we just want you to win. We don't want any favors. We don't want any of that. One, they would come out and say so. It's been done in the past. But that's not how it is. And I made a meme, and I'll probably put it up here. When I collect Transformers, and when I get one, it needs to work. So that's what's going to happen. When they buy Hillary, she's going to work. That's what she has to do. You're going to get your money's worth. When you go out to a restaurant, I don't care if it's a quick service restaurant, you're going to pay money for your order. And when they mess your order up, you know you're pissed. Do you want to go back and raise hell? Or do you want to just suck it up and go home and just say, well, I got food, I'm not going back out there? People did not want to vote for some female who is in leagues with corporations, who either don't care or don't like minorities, who has recently hasn't even said anything about DAPL, okay, the Dakota Access Pipeline. She hasn't said anything. She doesn't even care. She's, if anything, more apathetic than anything else. They need a leader that cares. That's what the people want. That's what the people need. And that is not what Hillary was going to provide. That's why she lost. Next time, and I'm hoping you all listen, next time we have an election, which will be in 4 years, think, listen, learn, get away from paid media, get away from the corporate media, Fox News, MSNBC, ABC, any of those. Get away from them. Watch social media because they are not beholden to corporations strongly. TYT, they're beholden to Google, so either Google will tell them kind of what to say, or they just can't talk bad about Google. I'm not sure of their entire contract. They're not going to disclose all of that. However, at least they kept it real, said who they're in league with, but they didn't say what it's all about. I can still watch TYT. We're going to see how they go, but I hope TYT and all of them realize you need to talk about all the candidates and support the ones that support the people instead of the ones that support a bias. I hope that they finally got the message. Their lack of coverage of Jill Stein is what buried a lot of this. The Bernie supporters had nowhere to go. Hillary Clinton, she had no one to gain. The independent supporters, you know who they voted for? Themselves, or these nuts, or they wrote in someone that they thought they would do a good job, even though they knew they would lose, or they wrote in Jill Stein, just like I did. That means Hillary did not have all the support that the polls at one point said she did. And even if she did, even at the last hour before the voting began, as soon as people go in there, some people, they just drone in. You know they do. They just drone in. They don't have much of a brain cell working because they just doing what they're supposed to do. That doesn't mean you're stupid. It's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you just walked in, you did what you're supposed to do, you voted, you left. There was no conscience about it. You didn't think you was doing the right thing. You couldn't have, but you did what you're supposed to do. And that's what most people are raised to do, what they're supposed to do. Now you need to do what's best for you. You've got 4 years to reprogram yourself and do what's best for you. You can do this. I did it. My vote for Jill Stein was seen as a throwaway vote. For me, it was something different. That'll be in a different post. But right now, everyone needs to understand that Hillary Clinton cannot win, did not win, and if she runs again, she won't win. It's not going to happen. People are not going to be for corporations. People got lackadaisical. They got complacent. And because of that, she lost to Donald Trump. This is Sedrik Cannady for Comparative Reasoning.
I'm very proud of my tenure at the Democratic National Committee. When the President of the United States asks you to do anything, it is a tremendous honor, especially when you've been asked by the President to watch his back, help bring him across the finish line. I was a key part of helping President Obama get reelected in 2012, and the work we did to prepare for Hillary Clinton to be our nominee and then make sure that we could get her elected president is absolutely critical